Mandik province. He bats long, opens the innings, and the wicket stumbling from the other end does not bother him. Just plays his natural game, goes his merry way, has a very calm demeanor whenever he bats. See a small injury there, ball just hitting the knee of the fielder.
I'll tell you what, for those who've played cricket, and when that ball impacts the side of your knee, that can really hurt. Oh, that'll be hurting. And you could sense the fielder was down on his haunches and couldn't really recover after that. That can be painful. Jiten Ramanandi, he has a couple of overs. He's limping back. He'll get some treatment. Yeah, Jiten will just get that spray and icing done. Meanwhile, Nadeem Khan, he's known as Pankha in the Oman dressing room. That's his nickname, yeah. Affectionately known as Pankha in the side. He's from Pakistan, Mardan, but he idolizes Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Virat Kohli. Dhoni because of his finishing ability, and Virat for his batting technique. In fact, he's caused some problems for Nepal in the past. One of his best career bowling figures has been 4 for 20, which he achieved against Nepal during the T20 World Cup qualifiers. And he's looked upon as a future all-rounder in the making with great abilities with bat and ball. We've seen it with the ball, still to come good with the bat. And he needs to get going with the fielding too. I just felt he was a bit casual today, Prithu.
Yeah, he did drop that catch off Arjun Kumar. But you rightly mentioned, Mikhail, he does have a very good prospect, is a very good prospect for Omani cricket. Very clever bowler as well. Likes to flight the ball. Hasn't got a wicket yet, but certainly does look like a very promising youngster. 89 for 1.
Clear skies. What more does a cricket fan need when their team is in action? Alright then, Asif Sheikh, 49. He's batted well. Asif Sheikh, the opener, has been a picture of focus and concentration this Tuesday morning. Has shown patience, resilience and application to bring up his 14th ODI 50. It's taken him close to 12 innings and almost 2 years to get this 14th ODI 50, and it's come in good time, and he'll really pride over this effort.
He's been brilliant this morning as Asif. Again, getting to that 14th half century, richly deserved. And Arjun Kumar, he's been providing the support as well. Remember, the first wicket fell when the score was 0, so they have put on 90. Asif getting to that 50 of 66 deliveries. That has been his hallmark, Asif. Just takes his time, is very patient, knows his game inside out, knows that if he stays out there in the middle, he has got all shots in the book. He can always accelerate whenever he feels like.
Cut away. Siddharth Bukkapatnam also is a late bloomer in Oman cricket. Originally from Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, went on to play first-class cricket for Andhra. And despite starting his first-class career in 2016, he made his international debut in 2024 at the age of 34. Siddharth Bukkapatnam, the off-spinner in action, and he achieved a rare feat of making his T20I debut on his 34th birthday in a match against Canada. Very nice boy.
Played for Andhra, if I'm not mistaken, did Bukkapatnam. Single to finish that over, 92 for 1.
A lovely turnout. Everyone's out in their Nepal jerseys. And we've seen the best turnout so far in this leg. And this man has delighted all of them. On a comeback here, dropped in the last game, and Asif Sheikh has taken his time. But he's done extremely well in picking his spots, piercing the gaps and playing to the merit of the ball. Picked the length early and got to his 14th ODI half century. Well played, and he'll know for himself this job is half done and only started in this innings for Nepal and himself.
Yes, and knowing Asif, he'd like to carry on, make this count, make it into a big one. As we finally see Hasnain Shah coming into the attack for the first time in this match. We've been discussing as to why didn't he bowl in the earlier stages with the new ball. So Jiten Ramanandi bowl with that new ball. Maybe the idea behind him to bowl with the new ball was to get that angle in to the right-hander. As for now, it's Hasnain who would like to deliver a breakthrough here for Oman. That drop catch earlier on of Arjun Kumar dropped by Nadeem, short third. It's a white signal by the umpire. As for Arjun, he just like to rotate strike, and that one, see, just throwing his bat at it, and a very casual effort, like you mentioned, Mikhail. He should have caught that one.
And that's why, as a captain, you need to place your fielders in the right positions. And I want to believe Nadeem Khan is a good fielder. He's young. He's looked upon as a great all-rounder. And that backward point is for gun fielders. Yeah, tries to get into position quickly. Yeah, Arjun Kumar just feels that he's been playing for the last 2-3 years in the Nepal side. Does not feel like ODI number 2, Prithu. What really sets the mindset apart for players like him?
I think his nature allows him to be that way as well. He's very calm, doesn't speak much, just goes about his batting very calmly. Even during the knocks that he had played in the PM Cup, he's very calm about things, and that one is nudged away. It would be interesting to see the signal made by the umpire. Leg byes it is. Just straying down the wicket is Hasnain, and this opening over of his bowling a bit too straight. That's why he has again erred in line. Didn't get a bat to it, Asif, but Nepal wouldn't mind. They get a boundary.
Yeah, this partnership is now reaching 100, just one run away from that 3-figure mark. And it's Sheikh and Kamal who are doing magic in the middle. Hasnain Shah was brilliant in the Namibia leg. Yeah, he's looked solid. 100 comes up courtesy that single. And Nepal, in search of that partnership up front in the top order, have once again found the men for the job in Sheikh and Kamal.
Excellent partnership between these two. 100 of 135 deliveries. They have really steadied the ship. Early wicket of Binod Bhandari, he went in the first delivery that he faced. But since then, these two have really been solid in the middle. As you see a field change from Hasnain. The mid-on and mid-off fielders up inside the circle. Maybe just to shorten that length.
Hasnain Shah, very good bowler for Oman. He rocked the batting lineup of almost all the teams in that Namibia leg. 3 for 58, 4 for 26, 2 for 38 in the 3 matches he played. 9 wickets across 3 matches. And I believe he really got the ball to move at a very good pace. He's come in very late in the 24th over. He's come on to bowl. Just a bit surprised. He's usually a bowler who enjoys that new ball in hand. Yeah, but the momentum with Nepal. 24 done, 101 for 1.
Visakhapatnam to continue the attack. Arjun Kumal just waiting for those deliveries where he can nudge it. Doesn't take too much of risk. Arjun likes to play on the merit of the deliveries. And whenever Siddharth has come around the wicket, he has not given too much room that he really likes to play to the off spinners.
Yeah, they've played themselves in. This partnership is strong. Things are nicely set for the batters like Paudel, Airi, Gulshan Jha and Arif Sheikh. Yeah, he's so assured about his batting, but a good start to this over. 3 dots. And you feel something gives after a quiet passage of play.
And Oman have kept things really tight in the last few overs. Just not giving any room. Just asking the batsman to make a mistake. With the dots piling up. You can see there again. Looking to cut the ball really hard. But the ball just stopping on him. And he's finding it hard to find that gap. They do have 2 fielders saving the single on the leg side. With them really tightening the screws, you feel that something's got to give. See, again, that square leg fielder in play.
Yeah, I don't mind Arjun Kumar consuming these dot deliveries. They have 9 wickets in hand, but that should not play on Asif Sheikh's mind. That's my only concern. Sometimes dot at one end prompts the batter at the other end to get a bit more adventurous and then creates a bit of a problem. What an over here by Visakhapatnam. He's kept it so tight in the width of the stumps. And finally he'll concede a single of the last ball of over number 25 at the halfway stage. Nepal looking good. Going a little over 4 and over at this stage. 1-0-2 for 1.
See that bowling card for Oman. 6 bowlers have been used. Just that single over for Hasnain as he comes for his second over. Again straying onto the pads. Why, huge appeal by the wicketkeeper and the bowler.
Oh, they felt there was an educated edge onto that one to the wicketkeeper, but look at Prageet Rambakuela. Stands firm. And it had to take Jatinder Singh to pacify his bowler and tell him to go back to the run-up.
Yeah, he had already given the marching orders to Arjun there, Hasnain. Good decision in the end. Can we see that line? He's trying to attack the stumps, but he's spraying down the leg side. A bit more than what Jatinder would like to see. As you see there again, he's asking him to finish on the stumps. Just bowls with an angle, does Hasnain.
I'm only trying to understand what's the explanation Hasnain is giving Jatinder Singh here about bowling 2 deliveries down the leg side. I'm not too sure if he's convinced Jatinder. But Jatinder is saying just keep it straighter, keep it simple. We need to break this partnership. Good turnout, Prithu. Lovely to see the crowd coming in. That's more like it. Another single.
Yeah, the turnout so far has been good. And you'll see a lot more people coming in, especially at that Chobar end, where Hasnain is bowling from to his right. You see a lot of people with their umbrellas. They're expecting a nice sunny day. And also you never can neglect the fact that you might see some rain as well. That doesn't look to be in the forecast. They hope so. There's no rain. As for the crowd, they are slowly building up. They're getting behind their Nepal team. So Hasnain, he just has to bowl around that off stump. We can bring the ball back in. Short delivery and punished. And punished with some ferocity by Asif Sheikh. Hits it over that fine leg for a huge six.
Yeah, and that's what we know of Asif Sheikh. He loves that area. We saw him get a six a couple of days ago but departed early. Today he's not played that shot until he's got to his 50. He's curbed his natural instincts. And once he's set, he got inside the line of the ball and now he's freeing his arms. And this is a good sign. He's put a price on his wicket. He missed out on the last game. He must have felt it. The fear of missing out that you call in contemporary Gen Z language. He went through all of that in that last game, and today he's taken that opening slot once again and made it his own, and that's how you do it. Turning out to be a very costly over. Quick single after that six. Brilliant cricket here by Nepal. Oh, it could be a bit of an overthrow. Nicely backed up in the end.
We're seeing glimpses of Asif's stroke making. He's rotating the strike and punishing anything that he feels like he can make the maximum out of it. See the
couple of days ago we were not able to see any of this. Covered with clouds, dense fog, mist, call it whatever. Today it's pristine clear, Prithu. What does this mean?
Hopefully we'll get the full game. That's what the teams would be hoping for. Clear skies. But it always amazes me that the wind just brings the cloud in from all directions and suddenly you have clouds all over hovering right on top of our heads. Sometimes hope that it's not the case today. It was a beautiful day yesterday as well with some rain, but hopefully we don't see any rain today. So you see a very good backdrop. That's where Hasnain would like to be more often. Jatinder just mentioning that that's the area that he'd like to see him bowl. End of that one, 1-1-1 for 1.
One for 1. Yeah, seen a completely different Asif Sheikh on display to the last couple of games. Watchful and very tenacious in his innings over here, very gritty.
And he's managed to lift that strike rate up as well. And boundaries have helped him, especially around the off stump, capitalized on those loose deliveries. Booker Putnam has bowled really good channels. After that first over, he was not quite consistent, but after that first over, he's found his groove, especially attacking from around the wicket. He has managed to silent the batsman, put the brakes on.
Oh, that was a quick single. I just felt maybe Mirza could have created a bit of an opening here. Initially they did have some hiccups with the running between the wickets. But good to see the 20-year-old respond to his senior partner. Direct hit. Arjun Kumar would have looked back at Asif Sheikh and said, was that run needed?
Need to be careful. The fielders there in short mid-wicket and short square leg are there to save the single. They are on their feet. The batsmen need to be careful. Just need to take those safe singles. Just like that one down the ground by Arjun. this line from Bukapatnam has been troubling. Not wicket threatening, but then he has put the brakes on. Just bowling in partnerships right now. See Stuart Law. That one has been hit. And what a hit that is as well. Just going over mid-wicket. Asif Sheikh, that's his second six in consecutive overs.
Yeah, and it feels like the Oman bowlers have been shaken and stirred by Sheikh in the middle here. Look at that. He had to reach out to it, goes down on that right knee, gets underneath that, and takes full toll on this one. Sweet connection. Found the longest part of the boundary and got the longest hit of the day. What an innings Sheikh is playing in the middle. Yeah, this is innings laced with a lot of maturity and responsibility. Asif Sheikh, end of another over. But look at that, how sweetly he connected that, Prithu. It soothes the heart, right, sometime when you time it so well.
Beautiful, beautiful shot from Asif. Puts his head down and gets that middle of the bat. It's always going all the way whenever he connects. 119 for 1. Hasnain's third over. Full. He's bowling the full lengths, Mikhail, but he has the mid-on and mid-off up inside the circle. Would you say that he finds Arjun Kumar not attacking whenever he's bowling too full, doesn't go over? That might entice a false stroke from Arjun.
Yeah, just go back to that appeal over there. Hasnain Shah took off. Felt there was an edge on the way to the wicketkeeper. So did Vinayak Shukla. But they just didn't find the nod of Prageet Rambakuela. Neither was Jatinder Singh impressed, nor was Hasnain Ali Shah. Yeah, sometimes you got to just smile through these situations. Back live. You made a good question. Oh, that's been played beautifully. Flicked off his pads. Work to do for the field there in the deep. Aryan Bisht, I reckon it is. Yes, jersey number 27. 2 for the taking. Well, two things. I've heard about the nervous 90s. Maybe for Arjun Kumar it could be the nervous 40s. Secondly, not a bad ploy to just tell the batter and challenge him to go over the top against one of the best premier bowlers in the middle. So it's a good move here by Jatinder to bring mid-on and mid-off up in the circle.
Yeah, and Arjun is reluctant to play those shots over the fielder's head as well. Unlike Asif, he wouldn't mind that. But Arjun, yes, definitely he is looking to get that maiden half century. Not just that one. Will pick up a single, so it's against his natural game as well. So Jatinder has made a good fielding change in terms of Arjun Kumar whenever he's taking strike.
Look at Binod Bhandari, who's out in the second over and he's still to pat down. Happens, Binod. Got to move on from it and focus on the next assignment. Yeah, you could sense that he's hurting. Yeah, happens with the best in the business. A lot of stories in the dugout over there. Kushal Burtel missing out. Wow! Talk about a batter in full flow and fluency. Nicely fielded in the deep. Wasim Ali keeps it to 1, but that shot certainly highlighted his form in the middle.
Just as we were talking about it, he doesn't mind going over the fielders, but for Asif, Jatinder has the long on back. He knows the batsman's strengths and weaknesses as the Omani captain. Smart moves. These are the small details that the captains need to pick, and he's done that to full justice.
Incredible take behind the stumps. Vinayak Shukla, one-handed stunner. And I'm afraid Arjun Kumar's valiant effort and intense vigil comes to an end. Tried to get cheeky and run it down third, but the maiden ODI half century will have to wait. He walks for a well-made gritty 48, but it's the brilliance of Shukla behind the stumps that spells doom for the batter.
Never easy, those catches. Yes, you are diving to a natural side, but the ball is dipping on you. Sticks out that right hand and grabs it. Does Vinayak Shukla. So breakthrough here for Oman, a much needed one at that. Arjun Kumar heads back for a well-made 48 of 87 deliveries. Nepal lose their second wicket. 123 for 2.
Captain Rohit Paudel makes his way to the middle. Got a good 39 in that last outing against UAE. It's the best he's got in this leg. Good thing that he was fluent in that innings, was out to a short ball that just surprised him. But otherwise, he's had a good league too. He can better those numbers. Hasnain. Captain gets off the mark. They're pushing for the second. And they'll settle for one. Good over this by Hasnain Shah. Gets the wicket of Arjun Kumar. 5 runs coming off it. 124 for 2.
RKP, Rohit Kumar Paudel, the Nepali captain, in the middle. Oman will sense an opening here, Mikhail. They know that Rohit likes to take his time whenever he is starting off his innings. But with the spinners in the attack, he might be at ease. Likes to play the spinners, really manipulates the field well. Has got all the shots. You see there, he just will be reluctant to play anything down the ground or even attacking shots go in the air. Just take some time, and that might entice Jatinder to attack a bit more as well.
We just saw one batter getting out to that shot. Paudel wouldn't want to be the second. But I guess Rohit Paudel knows his job here. He's trying to get too cute over here. Very lucky for him.
Does like that shot, the late cut, the very late cut. Tries to use the pace of the bowler. He can't play that shot. The fielders are too wide. But Buckapatnam will try to finish on the stumps. He's getting that ball to turn as well. The slightest hints of turn at offer for Buckapatnam. Sweeps that one, will be a single.
Yeah, and I feel they've bowled well. Yeah. In that last half an hour to 45 minutes, they may not have got wickets, but they've not allowed that run rate to go over 5.5 or somewhere close to 6. So they've kept them around 4. So what they're doing is they're slowly but surely putting the squeeze around the Nepal batters. Asif Sheikh for them is the danger man. If I'm Asif Sheikh, then I'll be looking at a big score here. Got to look at that second ODI 100.
Yeah, he should. He's well set. And he needs to take up that responsibility of batting the maximum number of overs that he can. It's never easy for a new batsman to come in and rotate strike right away or hit boundaries. But in Rohit, he has a very able partner. Would just like to stay out there, nudge the singles around, just like that, down the ground, and build another partnership with the captain. 127 for 2.
Yeah, so the distance between the fall of the first wicket and the second wicket has been a long stretch. And that's why Nepal have been able to have a good control of the first 1.5, 2 hours. Not seen many skyscrapers, so credit to Oman here. Yeah, Hasnain nicely flicked away here by Powdell. They'll get 2, one for the shot, one for the throw. Hasnain, a very skiddy customer with the ball, if you see. Doesn't have a big jump. You don't see that stride. He just lands and delivers.
And from an angle too. You see, they're just again spraying down the leg side. Hasnain just does not bowl closer to the stumps. Hasnain is a bit wider to the crease. And that also affects whenever you are bowling and trying to finish on the stumps. That's where he'd like to stay more. They do pick up a single, but Jatinder wouldn't mind that as long as he's around that 4th to 5th stump, where he also got that wicket of Arjun.
Yeah, just knowing and seeing Hasnain Ali Shah over the years, he can be really quick. But what really works for his benefit is that he can get that ball to move. So many bowlers have that jump at the point of delivery. What are your thoughts on Hasnain Shah? He doesn't really have that big jump or stride. Just another foot forward, but he comes in very quickly at the crease. Good gather here.
Yeah, he gathers well. Has a very strong action. Also, like you rightly mentioned, the jump isn't there, but he is quite skiddy. And these type of tracks might suit his type of play. As you see the action, no jump at all. In fact, does have to good follow through. Strong action, but if he gets that extra jump, you might see that extra yard of pace as well. What might be the reason that he's not opening the bowling, Mikhail? Is it the conditions, just the tactics that they've gone with?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'd want to believe now the designated opening bowler for Oman is Shakil Ahmed. He's always going to be there with the new ball in the power play. It's who's going to share the ball with him. Very nice rhythmic action, very quick onto the crease, nice and skiddy, not much of a jump, good gather. Yeah, and a nice follow through. We've seen the new ball shared by different bowlers for Oman. We saw Shah Faisal, Jitin Ramanandi together, Shakil Ahmed. As well, opened the bowling, but Hasnain has so far not opened the bowling for Oman in all the matches that he's played in this leg. So, take a look at that wicket. Arjun Kumar, very uncharacteristic on his behalf. Would you have thought Arjun Kumar would try to play that nudge down to third, that cheeky nudge, Britu?
You don't see that too often from Arjun. He has more of a punching game. Would have been better off just playing it straight rather than going behind the wicket. As Rohit looks for that quick single shy at the stumps. Is safe. End of the 30th. Nepal 131 for 2.
Yeah, Nepal going a little over 4 and over. Oman have done well to put the squeeze. Paudel has just walked out the fall of Arjun's wicket, but Asif is looking good in the middle. 70 of 82. Oh, he's got stuck underneath this one, and he knew it from the ball west his bat that was out of here. His sixes have been clean this morning for Asif Sheikh, and he's playing an authoritative innings in the middle this morning. Just the right time to also welcome Shoaib Ahmed with a 6.
Yeah, great hit. Asif has looked good all throughout this innings, and this one is right there at the top. Not the best of bowling from Siddharth Bukkapatnam, and he's been sensible as well. Looks very calm and composed in the middle there.
Yeah, the feature of Asif Sheikh's batting is the fire and ice approach. Yeah, he's just middle that right out of the screws. That's the right definition. What a hit. You talk about the standout feature, the 6 followed by the single. There it is. I keep calling it an innings laced with maturity.
Yeah, some trouble for Oman in the form of Asif Sheikh. Clean hit. And this angle from Siddharth Bukkapatnam did work against Arjun Kamal. But against Asif Sheikh, I don't think it's been working so far. Rohit Paudel will come back for 2.
Hey, you talk about Dipendra Singh Airi, very fast runner between wickets, but Rohit Paudel is not far behind Shoaib. For the second run, he was hesitant over here, but look how quickly he got to the other end. He set off quickly, he stops, then suddenly realizes, and there again that sprint. I wonder what's going to happen when Airi and Paudel are there in the middle.
They complement each other really well, and we've seen that partnership, Rohit and Dipendra Singh Airi, when they're together. They do enjoy running between the wickets. Expensive over this, 9 of it from Siddharth.
Yeah, comes too far across every now and then to spin and pace Rohit Paudel. Likes to get inside the line, but good over. 10 coming off it. They need to find a move on, Nepal. 1 for 1 for 2.
Asif Sheikh has looked like $1 million today. Chanceless innings, and has shown some great maturity in the middle. 31 overs bowled, 141. As Oman turned to their most experienced bowler, the highest wicket taker in the ICC Men's CWC League 2, Shakil Ahmed. .47 wickets for Shakil, top wicket taker, and he's one of the reasons why Oman are in that number 3 position.
Top edge opportunity, and that's been taken. Paudel stays short-lived, and it's a great move by Jatinder to bring in Shakil Ahmed, and the left-arm spinner justifies his presence in the middle. 1 brings 2, and Oman are right back in this contest, polishing off the top 3.
Yeah, looking to sweep the ball, takes the top edge, a risky shot indeed, and a simple catch taken. Nadeem Khan this time doesn't drop, although it looked a little awkward, but he's finally managed to hold on to it. Rohit Paudel walks back for 9 of 16. It's the 3rd wicket down for Nepal, and there's a loud roar as the Tiger walks into the center. Dipendra Singh Airi, the man of the moment for Nepal, the vice captain. That's the wicket again. Nadeem holds on to it. Not a lot of turn, but the length was really good from Shakil. And the field.
Yeah, what a bowler, Shakil Ahmed, leading the pack as the highest wicket taker in this cycle of the ICC Men's CWC League 2. 48 wickets for him. He's nearing a half century there with the milestone. He's up against Airi. And immediately off the mark. That's how a centurion in the last game plays his cricket. We're just talking about Shakil Ahmed. Got to call him one of the best bowlers, to be very honest. An economy in ODIs of 3.43. And in fact, in his first 15 ODI games, he got 39 wickets. And that's a remarkable feat. Nicely chipped away. Super control on this one. An impeccable placement by Sheikh. He moves into the 80s. And today he's batting like a breeze.
Yeah, that was such a good shot. Finesse from Asif Sheikh. It didn't look like it's going to go all the way for 4. But that's the timing. Just picked it up nicely and in the gap between square leg and mid wicket. Clipped and beats the fielder. Aryan Bisht couldn't get there. So he moves on to 81 now, Asif Sheikh.
Quick single. Good call. Airi has already reached. Don't bother trying to inflict the stumps at the bowler's end. Yeah, a mixed bag of an over, 6 runs and a wicket. Nepal closing in on 150 after 32. Yeah, great sights, and the heritage always is a standout feature of Nepal's culture. You've got to be looking at a target here, Nepal. They have the wickets in hand. Another partnership here that can take them close to 200. And if Nadeem can eke out a wicket or 2 here, Oman should look to just keep them inside 250. Looks a good surface. It may just see a bit of wear and tear in the second innings. Ball may just grip further. But if Oman have to start taking wickets, then he's the first wicket that they need to take from here on, Dipendra Singh Airi. His numbers are prolific this leg. Yes, hitting them with some authority here. Got to look at his numbers in this edition. So far he's closing in on 600 runs. And the last matches, his scores read 100, 60, 75, 23 not out.
Yeah, Dipendra Singh Airi has been phenomenal in the last couple of years. If you look at his one-day record, his career average is 24. But if you see how he's fared in the last couple of years, in the year 2025, his average was 41. And in this year, he's ranging in that average of 78. So that goes to show the kind of rise we've seen in his performance in the last couple of years. Beautiful. One bounce and over the ropes, flat, as Asif Sheikh continues to impress one and all with his batting masterclass.
Yeah, just plonk that left foot forward. Stand and deliver. He knew where he was hitting the ball. Accessed the gap beautifully, split the fielders in the deep, and fetched his four. How sublime as he looked. And you were talking about the numbers, Shoaib, about Irie. But again, the standout feature to me has been the way he switched and made the transition between formats. From T20 mode to ODI mode. You place him in a T20 setup again, he'll switch back. And I guess some of the best batters in the world adapt quickly to situations and conditions, and Irie is one of them. Just like that.
Every run is being cheered from the bat of Dipendra Singh Irie. I feel that he hasn't changed his game. His T20 game and his one-day game is almost similar. You see that he's scoring at run a ball even in one-day cricket. So that shows that he's in good form. And when you're in riding on that form, you don't need to change much. You're in a zone. You're on a route where you don't have to do too much. In cruise control mode, as they say. And Dipendra Singh Irie is in that zone right now, which is good news for Nepal.
Just like how Shakil Ahmed is in cruise control mode with the ball. 48 wickets this cycle. T20s or ODIs. He'll just do what he does best. Land the ball in the right areas. Just like that.
Now that's why I feel that Dipendra Singh Irie, you don't see a lot of difference in his T20 approach and his one-day approach. So he knows what his strengths lie in. He doesn't have to change too much. Just back his skill, back his strength. And then again, that confidence, that personality that Dipendra Singh Irie has just adds to all of that.
Picks it, and that will sail for a six. Oh, he moves into the 90s with that lovely hit, Asif Sheikh. He's unstoppable, and he's playing some unbelievable hits this morning. What a knock so far.
Now that's very well done by Asif Sheikh. Now we saw a very good innings in this leg of the ICC Men's CWC League 2. It came from the bat of Jatinder Singh. This innings is very close to that one. 94 of 94. And then he looks for a single. So he's looked very calm and composed in the middle, Asif Sheikh. He did take some time earlier on in the innings, but now he's playing his shots. And that's the class of Asif Sheikh. You rest him one game, and he puts out a statement.
Dipendra Singh Irie is itching to take that single for every prod and every nudge. 7 runs off this over. Yeah, it's been a bit of a counter-attack. 162 for 3.
There's some serious questions that Jatinder Singh needs to answer as a captain now. There's not a lot you can do as a fielding side when you've got somebody like Asif Sheikh batting at the other end. He's dominated the bowlers. He's not looked hassled or troubled by any of the bowlers. And that is why Oman now will have to really think out of the box and try and break this partnership, because it's growing. And with these two in the middle, if they can bat for another 10 overs, Mikhail, I think Nepal will definitely get to 280 and thereabouts.
Just trying to go hard at this one. Had a nice visual of Jatinder Singh calling Nadeem Khan for a quick chat before he gave the ball to him. Yeah, the height may have saved him over here. Crowds going gaga. They are chanting. Nicely driven. Yeah, interesting phase in this game. Alright then, Asif Sheikh. Will he try to do a Sehwag over here at 94? Or will he play along? Picks it! And that's been taken in the deep. What a catch! It had to take a great catch to bring an end to a great innings. And Asif Sheikh is disconsolate and crestfallen. Hasnain Wahab with the catch, the debutant. And I'll tell you what, Asif Sheikh will have to drag himself back because he was not ready for this. A special effort in the deep brings an end to this innings. But he walks back for a well-made 94.
Yeah, you spoke about his approach on 94. Will he be a Sehwag? He did try to play that in the air, and what a catch that is from Hasnain Al-Wahab. In his first game, he's delivered. That was a tough catch, running backwards, but you have to feel for Asif Sheikh. Except for that shot, he's been flawless today. Could have played that along the ground, could have played it along the carpet, but he decides to go aerial. Decides to get to his 100 in some style, not to be. An entertaining innings nevertheless from Asif Sheikh, and more importantly, he's found his form for Nepal. 94 of 97, 7 fours and 5 sixes in that innings.
Yeah, that's how cricket sport is. One's moment of joy is another's moment of agony and despair, and we saw that on the face of Asif Sheikh. What an innings. He deserved 100. He last got that 100 in 2023. His first ever maiden ODI 100 coming against PNG at this very same venue in March 2023. It would have been his second 3 years on, but that's left to be. And Nadeem Khan strikes as Gulshan Jah comes into bat. Very anticlimactic there by the end of it. Shoaib.
Yeah, we all were hoping that he could get to that triple figure mark. He deserved that. Not to be. Just when we thought that that pair was a dangerous pair in the middle for Nepal, Oman have managed to somehow get a wicket. Nadeem Khan, he dropped a catch earlier today, but all that is now forgotten because he's redeemed himself with a wicket.
And a catch as well, Shoaib.
Yeah, he's done well. 7 overs, 28 and a wicket for him. That's the wicket of Asif Sheikh. A lot of hearts broken. And what a catch that was, really. It does look easy, but trust me, it's not. Running backwards, stretched arms, and then controlling yourself from not going over the boundary ropes. That's a special effort.
And you feel the only false shot that Asif Sheikh played was the one he got out on. Otherwise, he's been a picture of focus and concentration.
Yeah, that was the only shot that he could have played in a different way. Could have played along the ground. Meanwhile, Jiten Kumar Ramanandi back into the attack.
Fast hands, quick single. He has so much time to play his shots. Dipendra Singh Airi, Shoaib. Asif Sheikh, if you all have missed his batting, we have that package ready for you, and he was sublime.
Oh, he was too good. I think he was really in form. Took some time earlier on in the innings, but then against the spinners, you could see that he could play all around the park. Was very agile, nimble on his footwork, and when was asked to pull, he had serious talent in that department as well. Swept and swept well. Everything right until that shot where he picked it up in the air on purpose and found Hasnain Al-Wahab in the deep. A direct hit and Gulshan Jah will be off the mark.
You don't do that to Irie. I'm not too sure if that was a good idea there at short covers by Hamad Mirza. Yeah, Irie likes to play around with that popping crease, so he'll keep the fielders guessing and interested, and on the ricochet they get a single. But Oman have done well. At the right time they've always got a wicket. Each time the game has tried to slip away from their hands, they have found a way of getting back into the game with a wicket. He likes to play inside the crease. Don't call him a batter in the conventional mold. He's conventional in style but contemporary in approach, Dipendra Singh Irie.
He does like to rotate strikes, especially earlier on in the innings. He's a very busy cricketer, and I think the only way you can get him out early is by putting some pressure up front. Don't allow him those easy singles. Get the fielders inside the 30-yard circle and invite Dipendra Singh Irie to go big early on in his innings. There again, he's been a revelation for Nepal in the last couple of years, and regardless of the opposition, regardless of the venue, where he's batting, in what situation he's batting, he's always come out with flying colours. Has scored runs all around the park, especially square of the wicket. I think he's very strong, and he does like to exploit any room offered to him on the offside. Dangerous batter, Dipendra Singh Irie, and goes towards that square leg region again.
Yeah, I just feel Gulshan Jah has got that promotion ahead of Arif Sheikh. Not a bad idea, 3 left-arm spinners, so you want to just bring that matchup into account. Yeah, he spoke about Irie in that last game of his, brought up his second ODI 100, add to the 750s he already has. And Jah played a good innings of 44 in that last game. Yeah, there's so much Jah can present as a multi-dimensional cricketer. Quiet over, nicely bowled by Ramanandi. He'll run through them. Just 4 coming off it. 167 for 4.
Good ball there, very good ball from Siddharth. Yeah, he was taken for some runs by Asif Sheikh. But barring that, I think he's getting a promotion today. Arjun Kumar, he bowled really well, kept it tight over Arif Sheikh. And this is again some really good bowling. He'll enjoy bowling to Gulshan Jah. Siddharth Bukkapatnam into the attack.
And good to see a slip in place at this stage of the game, to have a slip. Sometimes you see captains being a bit more defensive, but with a new man in and the ball showing some grip and some turn, Jitendra Singh has placed himself at a widest second slip. Quiet over, 4 dots, 4 in the last over. So 4 runs across the 10 deliveries across 2 overs. So things have been kept very tight here by Oman, and they're doing a very fine job of it. And finally, Jah finds reward. Bukkapatnam grew up in Jamshedpur, played his cricket in Andhra, made his T20I debut on his birthday. At the age of 34, played professional cricket at the age of, in 2016, but it's only in 2024 that he got to make his international debut. Siddharth Bukkapatnam, had a couple of chats with him. Nice boy.
Yeah, we've seen him in the domestic circuit in Oman, where he was always very promising. I'm a bit surprised that he got a call so late. But it's also got to do with modern day T20 cricket. I feel off spinners are out of favour because of the kind of approach that the batters have taken against that art. But I really enjoy watching Siddharth Pukkabatnam bowl. He's got control, consistency, and the right cricketing mind. 1 run off it, 168 for 4. Well, 37 overs, 168 for 4 as the players head into a drinks break. So shall we. And after a short break, we'll be back with live action. So stay tuned and do not go anywhere.
एउटा साझेदारीतर्फ उन्मुख देखेका छन् र फिल्डिङ त ओमानको हो। अब त्यसमा धेरै के कमेन्ट गर्नु विराट एकदमै फिल्डिङ त्यो कमजोर कडी रहेको छ। हेर्नुहोस् यो रोक्नुपर्ने थियो। यो खालको गल्ती गर्नुहुन्छ भने दबाब ब्याट्सम्यानबाट पुरा हट्ने गर्छ। हेर्नुहोस् यहाँ सिङ्गल रोकिएको भए एक्स्ट्रा प्रेसर एड हुने थियो। ठिक छ, नेपालको लागि त यो स्वागत योग्य छ। जति खराब फिल्डिङ गर्नु छ नेपाल दुई ब्याटर सेट हुनेछन्। ओ लकी भाग्यशाली हुन पुग्यो त्यहाँ गुलसन। स्टम्पमा बलले कसरी लागेन त्यही सोच्दैछन्, टाउकोमा हात राख्दैछन्। ओ किपरले फेरि त्यहाँ इनसाइड एजमा झुकिनु पुगे, त्यहाँ समात्न सकेन, तर टाढाको बल थियो शरीरबाट, ड्र्याग गर्न पुगे र भाग्यशाली रह्यो उनी। न त किपरको ग्लभ्समा गयो त्यो बल, न त स्टम्पमा। वाह, भाग्य होस् त यस्तो।
झोकिएका छन् गुल्सन, एउटा ठुलो इनसाइड एज थियो र यो राम्रो लेन्थ डिफेन्डरको लागि र लाइन पनि मिडल स्टम्प लाइक स्टम्पतर्फ लेन्थलाई अलिकति पछाडि राख्नुभयो भने पुल गर्न जान्छन्, थोरै बाहिर दिनुभयो भने कभरतर्फ खेलिहाल्छन्, लङ अफतर्फ। यो अहिलेसम्मको प्लान सही देखिँदैछ र आज विनोद भण्डारी एउटा ठुलो मौका थियो उनलाई आफ्नो स्थान सुरक्षित गर्ने। पहिलो बलमा चेक सटमा आउट भयो, त्यसपछि अर्जुन कुमालको लागि त्यो बल त निकै उत्कृष्ट रहेको थियो। र आजकल रोहित यसरी नै आउट भइरहेका छन्, बारम्बार त्यो स्विप गर्दा त्यो लिडिङ एज लागिरहेको छ उनको।
फेभरेट सर्ट हो, स्विप गर्न मनपर्छ रोहितलाई धेरै जसो, र त्यहाँ विकेट गुमाउन पनि पुगे। लय खास रहेको छैन रोहित पौडेलको, चिन्ताजनक नेपालको लागि। ठुलो सिरिज अर्को आउँदैछ अब। यस प्रकार रहेको त्यो बलको मुनि आएर त्यो सर्ट खेल्न पुग्यो, तर फिल्डर त्यहाँ राखेका थिए र निकै राम्रो क्याच पनि। त्यो समातिसकेपछि 4-5 कदम पछाडि जाँदा पनि बााउन्ड्री भित्र नै थियो उनी,
निकै अगाडि बसिरहेका थिए। हातको पोजिसन सही रह्यो, यर्कर लेन्थ रामानन्दीबाट। उनको डेथ ओभरमा अब किनकि 2 ओभर मात्रै बाँकी छ, कसरी खर्च गर्नेछ राजा साथीदारले। 174 मा 4 नेपाल। डिफेन्डर वेट गरिरहेका छन् आज, किनकि अझै थाहा छ यदि 40-50 त्यो अन्तिमको 10 ओभर मात्रै नेपालले यही जोडीबाट पनि खेल्न सक्छ भने मात्रै धेरै रन बन्नेछ। त्यसको लागि थोरै समय लिइरहेका छन् इन्फर्म ब्याटरले। बुकापट्टनमको यो अन्तिम ओभर रहेको छ र गुल्सन झा यदि यहाँ सर्भाइभ गरे भने त्यसपछि त अफ स्पिनर रहने छैनन्, लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनरहरू छन्। गुल्सन झालाई यो ओभर सर्भाइभ गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यकता हो। यो बाँकी 4 बलमा धेरै ठुलो प्रयास गर्नेछन् बुकापट्टनम कि गुल्सनलाई आउट गर्ने। गुल्सनकै काउन्टर अट्याकमा जालान्, आफूलाई यो ओभर सर्भाइभ गराउलान्, त्यो भने हेर्न लायक दृश्य। रिभर्स गएका छन् गुल्सन, कहाँ रोक्नेछन् उनले? चौका हासिल गर्दै गुल्सन छ।
मन पर्यो मलाई यो इन्टेन्ट, किनकि 4 गएको छ, एउटा विकेट गुमाउन पक्कै पनि नेपाल चाहँदैन। तर यो अवस्थामा यो सर्ट, वाह, विथ स्पिन खेल्न चाहन्थे अनि किन चाँडै नै पोजिसनमा आइपुगे। धेरै हिसाबले नेपालको आत्मविश्वास बढाउनेछ र पक्कै पनि प्रेसर ओमानतर्फ सिफ्ट गरेको छ। र गुल्सन झाको ब्याटिङ स्टाइल यही नै रहन्छ कि केमियो रोल खेल्ने गर्छन्, जति बेर पनि उनी पुग्छन् कि आत्मविश्वासका साथ सर्टहरू खेल्छन्, डराउने गर्दैनन्। त्यो आवश्यक छ नेपाललाई। यो अवस्थामा एउटा केमियो आउँछ भने 300 अझै पनि सोचिरहेको छ नेपालले भने केमियो रोल आवश्यक छ। निकै राम्रो सर्ट, अर्को यसपटक अगाडितर्फ खेले, लगातार 2 चौका।
इन्टेन्टको कुरा गर्दै थियौँ हामी। गुल्सन झा डाउन द ट्र्याक आएर अफ स्पिनरलाई जसरी सिधा ब्याटले खेलेका छन्, लभली हिट। हेर्न सक्छौँ कति कन्फिडेन्ट थियो उनलाई आफ्नो सर्ट सिलेक्सनमा। बलको लेन्थसम्म पुगेका थिए र त्यसपछि सिधा ब्याटले खेल्न कठिनाइ भएन। लङ अफमा यो चौका, गुल्सनको इन्टेन्सन देखिसकिएको छ। अफ स्पिनरलाई सर्भाइभलको कुरा गर्दै थियौँ होइन, उनी त आफ्नो पुरा भरपुर फाइदा लिइरहेका छन्। लेन्थलाई पछाडि राख्न पुगे बुकापट्टनमले र चाँडै राम्रो जजमेन्ट पनि गुल्सनको। अब पनि हल्का हातले सफ्ट ह्यान्ड खेल्दै 1 रनको लागि राम्रो ब्याटिङ यो गुल्सन शाहबाट। आज बुकापट्टनम निकै महँगो भयो, 50 रन पुरा भयो उनको। अब
एउटा बलर मिस गरिरहेको छ, एउटा फास्ट बलर भनौँ, किनकि रामानन्दले सुरुवातमा गरे, हस्टेन छन्, अर्को बलर एकजना पेसर मिस गरेको छ। आज चेन्जेस पनि रहेको छ ओमानको। अब स्पिनर लगातार लगाउनु पर्नेछ, किनकि 2 ओभर मात्र बाँकी छ रामानन्दीको पनि। उनलाई कसरी युज गर्नेछ, सायद अन्तिममा आउनेछन् रामानन्दी भने हस्नेनले बलिङ गर्नुपर्नेछ। त्यसभन्दा अगाडि बिच अन्य ओभरमा स्पिनर
फोटै छैन।
11 ओभरको खेल बाँकी छ। दर्शक आज थोरै बढेका छन्, राम्रो सङ्केत नेपाली क्रिकेटको लागि। सोमबार एन्डतर्फ प्याराफिटहरू धेरै मात्रामा अगाडि बसेर आफ्नो प्रिय क्रिकेटरलाई हेरिरहेका छन्। यो अवसर फेरि पनि रहनेछ। स्कटल्यान्ड र अमेरिका पनि आउँदैछ, धेरै दिन बाँकी रहेको छैन। त्यसभन्दा अगाडि नेपाल ए टिमले खेल्नेछ, रोचक रहनेछ नेपाल एसँगको स्कटल्यान्ड र अमेरिकाको प्रतिस्पर्धा। त्यसभन्दा अगाडि 11 ओभरको खेल बाँकी। यहाँ के हुनेछ, पुल गरे फिल्डर छन् त्यहाँ, अझ राम्रो कन्ट्रोलमा खेल्न सकेन त्यसलाई।
र सायद त्यति धेरै बाहिरतर्फको एक्सपेक्टेसन पनि रहेको थिएन गुल्सनलाई, र बाउन्स पनि ठिकठाक प्राप्त गरेका थिए त्यसलाई फाइन खेल्नको लागि। तर भनेअनुसारको मिडल अफ द ब्याट त्यो कनेक्सन रहेको थिएन। हल्का त्यो बटम ह्यान्डको युज धेरै गरेका थिए र त्यो पुरा फिल्डको सेपलाई नै त्यहाँ फिल्डर राखेको थियो। त्यो फाइनमा, सर्ट फाइन लेगमा त्यो 20बाट प्रहार गर्न चाहन्थे गुल्सन शाह, नियन्त्रणमा त थिएनन्। दिपेन्द्र धैर्यता देखाइरहेका छन् आज उपकप्तान।
थाहा छ दिपेन्द्रलाई थोरै जम्नु पर्नेछ यहाँ। यति थोरै टाइम लिएको खण्डमा बाँकी छ, अझै 10 ओभरको खेल बाँकी छ। T20 मोड सुरु हुनेछ, किनकि 4 गएको छ, अर्को विकेट यहाँ गुमाउनु हुँदैन नेपालले। तर आरिफ शेख अझै बाँकी छैन आउनको लागि। त्यसपछि भने करण, केसी नन्दन यादव, सन्दीप लामिछानेको पालो आउनेछ। त्यो होस् भन्ने चाहँदैन नेपाल, जति सक्दो एउटा विकेट नगुमाइकन जान चाहनेछ। त्यसको लागि थोरै बाहिर टाढा खेल्न चाहन्थे। दिपेन्द्रलाई मनपर्छ यो सर्ट खेल्नको लागि, तर यसपटक कनेक्सन थिएन, सायद पेसमा बिट हुनु पुग्यो। गुल्सन गएका छन् त्यहाँ कोही कुराकानी गर्न।
आत्मविश्वास गुल्सनले देखाइरहेका छन् आज। र दिपेन्द्र पक्कै पनि निराश हुनेछन्, यो बललाई मिस गरे ठान्नेछन् उनी। हस्नेन शाह डेथमा आज उनको धेरै धेरै ठुलो भूमिका छ ओमानको लागि, र नेपाली समर्थकहरू भरिएका छन् आज केही हदसम्म। लगातार उपकप्तानले पनि अपिल गरेका थिए पछिल्लो खेलमा हरेक खेलाडीले कुनै न कुनै पोस्ट म्याचमा दर्शकहरू आएर सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने स्टेटमेन्टहरू दिइरहेका थिए, र समर्थकहरूले आज भने त्यो कुरालाई सुनेका छन्। घमाइलो दिन पनि छ, सायद वर्षातले पनि धेरै प्रभाव पारेको थियो। पानी पर्ने मौसम जस्तो ओभरकास्ट देख्ने बित्तिकै धेरैहरूको समर्थकहरूको त होइन आज लाइभ नै हेरौँ भन्ने पनि आउँछ मानसिकता, र त्यसमा केही टिकट प्राइसिङमा पनि अलिकति दिपेन्द्रले पनि भनेका थिए के भएको हो खास, र त्यसपछि घटायो क्यानले टिकट मूल्य, र आज समर्थकहरूको राम्रो उपस्थिति देखेका छौँ। सधैँ नै एउटा ठुलो शक्तिको रूपमा नेपाली समर्थकहरू छन् नेपाली क्रिकेटको पछाडि, त्यो थाहा छ सबैलाई।
अवश्य पनि साथ आवश्यकता रहन्छ, त्यसले ऊर्जाको काम गर्छ। यदि तपाईँ दर्शकहरू त्यहाँ मैदानमा हुनुहुन्छ भने खेलाडीको ऊर्जा जोस नै फरक पर्ने गर्छ, त्यसले उचाल्ने गर्छ, जुरुक्क टिमलाई, बलरलाई मनोबल प्रदान गर्ने गर्छ। त्यो ब्याटर भने विपक्षी टिमलाई अप्ठ्यारो पार्ने गर्छ। त्यसले गर्दा क्राउडको महत्त्व छ, धेरै फाइदा हुन्छ नेपाललाई। त्यो घरेलु क्राउड लकी पनि छ नेपालको लागि धेरै अवसरमा। हो राम्रो बलिङ राम्रो कमब्याक ओभर यो दोस्रो स्पेलमा अझ प्रभावकारी भएर आएका छन् स्नेन गुलसन र दिपेन्द्र दुवैजना थोरै सङ्घर्ष उनको बलमा
अन्तिम बल बाँकी छ अझै पनि र पहिले देखिन्थ्यो गुलसन झा त्यो शरीरबाट टाढा गएको बललाई पनि जसरी टाइम गर्थे आजकल अलिकति अझै स्पेसल्ली मिडियम पेसको विरुद्धमा थोरै अलिकति दुविधामा पर्ने गरेका छन् हुन त धेरै पछि राम्रो इनिङ हामीले पछिल्लो खेलमा देख्यौँ गुलसनबाट थोरै त्यो मोमेन्टममा रिदममा हुन चाहिरहेका छन् उनी अनसाइडमा खेल्न चाहन्थे भित्रतर्फ आइरहेको बल लगातार त्यो लाइन एन्ड लेन्थबाट केही न केही भेरिएसन देखाइरहेको स्नेन शाहले पिचबाट केही छैन भनेपछि तपाईँले गर्ने यही हो 40 सक्यो 186 मा 4 नेपाल
चालीस ओभर सकिएको छ 10 ओभर बाँकी 186 छ स्कोर नेपालले कति बनाउने यहाँबाट अब 10 ओभरमा यदि 10 रन नै प्रति ओभर जान्छ भने 186 बाट बढ्दै 286 बन्नेछ यदि त्योभन्दा कम रहन्छ भने 280 सम्म पनि नेपाल निकै खुसी हुनेछ त्यसको लागि 8 रन प्रति ओभर जानुपर्नेछ जान पनि सक्छ यदि दुई ब्याटर क्रिजमा रहन्छन् विकेट गुम्दैन भने यहाँबाट 8 रन प्रति ओभर पक्कै पनि सम्भव छ त्यहाँबाट माथि पनि जान सक्छ किनकि दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी र गुलसन झा छन् त्यहाँ
हामी प्रश्न गरिरहेका थियौँ कि को हुनेछन् त त्यो बलर र आर्यन बिस्ट छन् यो बिर्सिनु हुँदैन थियो हामीले पनि अफ स्पिनर छन् अझै पनि बुकापट्टनमको स्पेल सकियो अन्तिमको 10 ओभर आर्यन बिस्टले बलिङ गर्नेछन् पछिल्लो खेलमा सायद त्यति धेरै इफेक्टिभ बनेका थिएनन् युए विरुद्ध त्यसकारणले गर्दा पनि बलिङमा त्यति धेरै ट्रस्ट गरिएन उनलाई यद्यपि राम्रा बलर त हुनु नि प्रपर तपाईँ राइट आर्म अफ ब्रेक बलर मान्न सक्नुहुन्छ उनको बलिङ स्टाइल हेर्नुहोस् अलिकति थोरै महँगो त भएका थिए युए विरुद्ध अन्तिममा विकेट प्राप्त गरेका थिए र दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी भन्दा पनि गुलसनको लागि उनलाई इम्पोर्टेन्ट उनको स्पेल भनेको आर्यन बिस्टको
अप्सन चाहिँ छ अप्सनरहरू ओमानसँग आर्यन आएका छन् अब किनकि गुलसन झा त्यहाँ रहनु एकदमै घातक थाहा छ किनकि गुलसन जम्नु भनेको त्यहाँ धेरै रन बन्नेछ त्यसमाथि दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी छन् दिपेन्द्रले फाइदा उठाउन सक्छन् यो अफ स्पिनरको त्यसैले लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड राइट ह्यान्ड पार्टनरसिप एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण रहन्छ क्रिकेटमा कप्तानको लागि फिल्डरको लागि पनि लगातार चेन्जेस गरिराख्नुपर्छ बलरको लागि पनि आफ्नो लाइन लेन्थमा परिवर्तन गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ 1 रन लिँदै अब स्ट्राइक परिवर्तन राम्रो सोच गुलसनको किनकि अब दिपेन्द्रलाई थोरै सहज हुनेछ अफ स्पिन खेल्नको लागि भित्र आइरहेको बल कहिले पनि राइट ह्यान्डरको लागि सहज हुनेछ अब आर्यनले कसरी आफूलाई एडजस्ट गराउनेछन्
सहज त हुने छैन पछिल्लो खेलमा धेरै ठुलो रन खर्चेका थिए युए विरुद्ध एकमात्र विकेट रहेको थियो र अफ स्पिनलाई राम्रोसँग खेल्छन् दिपेन्द्र हेर्न सक्छौँ लेन्थलाई चाँडै प्रेडिक्ट गर्छन् अन साइडमा राम्रो पुल पनि रहेको थियो यो डिपमा फिल्डरले मेहनत त गर्नु परेको छ इन्ट्रेस्टिङ रहनेछ यसपछिको बाँकी स्पेल आर्यन बिस्टको जबसम्म दिपेन्द्र छन् उनलाई सेटल हुन नदिने दिपेन्द्रको रणनीति हुनेछ
हेर्नुहोस् थोरै फम्बल भएका थिए 1 बाट 2 भइसक्यो दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी कति चाँडो दगुर्ने गर्छन् यसलाई यदि पहिलो प्रयासमै रोकेको भयो अथवा हातमा राख्न सकेको भए 1 रन हुने थियो तर फम्बल 2 रन निकै छिटो यसपटक टाइट राखे पेस पुरै बढाए एङ्गल बनाउँदै आएका छन् दायाँ हाते ब्याटरलाई राउन्ड द विकेट आएका छन् आर्यन
र बारम्बार त्यो अनसाइडमा देखिरहेका छौँ हामी डक्टर्स ब्याट गराउनको लागि क्राम्प गराउन त चाहिरहेका छन् यद्यपि दिपेन्द्र लेन्थ अलिकति पछाडि पाइरहेका छन् उनले 191 मा 4 नेपाल
हुसैन आएका छन् राम्रो बलिङ फाले पछिल्लो ओभरमा थोरै सङ्घर्ष देखिएको छ दिपेन्द्र र गुलसन हुसैनलाई सामना गर्नको लागि 42औं ओभरमा उनी आएका छन् नेपाललाई राम्रो राम्रो बलिङ गर्दैछन् र कमेन्ट्रीमा खेरनलाई स्वागत छ खेरन राम्रो बलिङ हुसैनको
बलिङ राम्रो छ तर नेपालले अलिकति एग्रेसिभ इन्टेन्ट यहाँबाट देखाउनु पर्नेछ 8.5 बलको खेल बाँकी 191 रन भएको छ यहाँबाट केही नभए पनि 80-90 रन त नेपालले बटुल्नु नै पर्नेछ
एकदमै त्यो हामी त्यही रहेका छौँ तर जुन खालको बलिङ भइरहेको छ यहाँबाट अब ओमानले राम्रो पुनरागमन गरिरहेको छ जुन हिसाबले यो विकेट गुमेपछि रनमा अङ्कुश लगाउन सफल भइरहेका छन् हुसैन स्पेसली बाउन्ड्री आइरहेको छैन
बाउन्स पनि त्यति भएको थिएन यो बलमा पनि विराटले भने जस्तै अलिकति लो रहेको थियो त्यसकारणले पनि क्र्याम्प हुनु पुग्यो दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी त पुल शट खेल्नको लागि तयार भएर बसेका थिए
एकदमै टाइट राखिरहेका छन् दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरीलाई बलिङ निकै राम्रो भइरहेको छ प्लानिङ आज भरपुर छ नत्र 27 बलमा 17 रन बनाउने ब्याटर हैनन् दिपेन्द्र उनलाई बाँधेर राखिएको छ किनकि शतकधारी ब्याटर हुन् लगातार रन बनाइरहेका छन् टी20 होस् ओडिआई होस् त्यसैले उनी विरुद्ध आज योजना छ कि एकदमै टाइट राख्ने अनुशासन उनी विरुद्ध एकदमै धेरै देखिएको छ ओमान बलरको त्यहाँ गुलसन छन् इन्टेन्ट देखाइरहेका छन् ठुलो शटको लागि जान प्रयास गरिरहेका छन् त्यो आवश्यक पनि छ कुनै ब्याटरले किनकि 6 विकेट अझै सुरक्षित छ अब थोरै इन्टेन्ट आवश्यक छ गुलसनले त्यो गर्नेछन् थाहा छ
लेग साइडमा खेल्न चाहन्थे सिधा फिल्टरको हातमा र हसनैन शाहको कुरा गरौँ सुरुमा केही स्ट्रगल देखिएको थियो उनको पहिलो दोस्रो ओभरमा तर त्यसपछि निकै नै उत्कृष्ट लय समातेका छन् कन्सिस्टेन्टली त्यो स्टम्पलाई अट्याक गरिरहेका छन् रुम निकै नै कम दिइरहेका छन् ब्याटरलाई त्यो शट खेल्नका लागि अहिलेसम्म हसनैन शाहको कुरा गर्ने भने 9 ओटा ओडिआई खेलेका छन् 11 विकेट उनको नाममा र सर्वोत्कृष्ट 4 विकेट लिएका थिए 26 रन खर्चेर उनको उत्कृष्ट त्यही नै रहेको छ
रोचक रहनेछ हुसैनलाई कसरी शट खेल्नेछन् गुलसनले के फरक पनि प्रयास गर्ने गर्छन् उनी यहाँबाट फुल टस 1 रन हुनेछ थोरै फम्बल दिपेन्द्र रन चाहन्थे त्यहाँ दिपेन्द्र हेर्नुहोस् तर गुलसन तयार थिएनन् गुलसनले 1 रन लिएपछि सायद त्यहाँ रनको लागि प्रयास गर्नुपर्थ्यो तर उनी रिल्याक्स थिए
सम्भवतः फिल्डरलाई हेरिरहेका थिएनन् तर दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी उनले अलिकति पनि चान्स पायो भने त 1 लाई 2 मा कन्भर्ट गर्नको लागि तम तयार रहन्छन् यसपल्ट पनि आधीसम्म आइपुगेका थिए क्रिजको
एकदमै क्विक छन् र अवेयरनेसले अझ विशेष बनाउने गर्छ दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरीलाई जहिले पनि चनाखो रहने गर्छन् 1 लाई 2 बनाउन सकिन्छ वा सकिँदैन पहिलो रन जहिले पनि फास्ट लिने गर्छन् थोरै फम्बल भएमा दोस्रो रनको लागि जाने गर्छन् उनी
हसनैनको यो बल इम्प्रोभाइज शट खेल्न चाहन्थे बाहिर आएको देखे त्यसकारण ब्याट राखी मात्र दिएका थिए अर्को राम्रो ओभर हसनैन शाहबाट मात्र 2 रन आएको छ 5 बलमा 3 वटा डट 2टा सिंगल जहाँ नेपाललाई चाहिरहेको छ रन बाँधेर राखेका छन् हसनैनले
एकदमै वन साइडमा जान चाहन्थे दिपेन्द्र तर लाइन परिवर्तन गरिदिए अफस्टभन्दा बाहिर थोरै दोहोरो मन बनाए त्यहाँ दिपेन्द्रले त्यस किनकि तुरुन्तै शट परिवर्तन गर्न खोजेका थिए तर सकेनन् निकै राम्रो बलिङ टप क्लास हुसैनले आज राम्रो बलिङ गरेका छन् हसनैनले अन्तिम बल यस ओभरमा
गजबको यो यर्कर लेन्थ बल दिपेन्द्रले ब्याट त राखिदिए र 2 रन भने प्राप्त गर्नेछन् 4 रन आएको छ यस ओभरबाट भइहालि सकिएको छ 195 मा 4 नेपाल आर्यन बिष्ट पहिलो ओभरमा 5 रन खर्चिए गुलसन झा छन् स्ट्राइकमा स्विचिटको प्रयास टाइमिङ बिल्कुलै छैन अम्पायरले औला उठाइदिएका छन् ब्याटमा कनेक्ट हुन सकेको थिएन र गुलसन झाको इनिङको यहाँ अन्त्य भएको छ जहाँ नेपाललाई रन बनाउनु पर्ने बाध्यता रहेको थियो गुलसन झा पभिलियन फर्किनेछन् एलबीडब्ल्यू आउट र कप्तानले जहाँ आर्यन बिष्टलाई बचाएर राखेका थिए लेफ्ट ह्यान्डर विरुद्ध त्यो रणनीति सफल भएको छ हेरौँ स्विचिटको प्रयास यो त सिधा गएर अफ स्टम्पमा क्रास हुने थियो कुनै दुविधा छैन अम्पायरलाई र नेपाललाई ठूलो झट्का दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी क्रिजमा छन् र उनका पार्टनर जानेछन् पभिलियन 17 रन आयो गुलसन झाको ब्याटबाट एलबीडब्ल्यू आउट भए आर्यन बिष्टको बलमा र नेपालले 5औं विकेट पनि गुमाएको छ यहाँ नयाँ ब्याटर आरिफ शेख आएका छन् समय लिने गर्छन् आरिफले र यति बेला दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरीले कसरी ब्याटिङ गर्छन् त्यो भने हेर्ने लायकको रहनेछ किनभने गुलसन झा रहेका थिए जति बेला त्यो रन बन्ने दुवै एन्डबाट रन आउने सम्भावना रहेको थियो आरिफ उनले खेल्नुपर्ने छ अब क्विक केमियो टोलीको लागि धेरै समय लिने अब उनीसँग लग्जरी रहेको छैन तर आर्यन बिष्ट लेफ्ट ह्यान्डेड ब्याटर आउने बित्तिकै उनलाई ल्याइयो र नतिजा जतिन्द्र सिंहले जे अपेक्षा गरेका थिए त्यो दिलाएका छन् आर्यनले
र देवरा थिए जुन दायाँ हाते स्पिनर लिएर आयो अफ स्पिनर गुलसनको लागि त्यसले काम गर्यो राम्रो पोजिसनमा छ ओमान यहाँ जुन चाहन्थेन नेपाल 5औं विकेट गुमाउन चाहन्थेन त्यही नै भएको छ सेट भइसकेपछि आउट भयो गुलसन झा दबाब बनाइरहेका थिए हस्नैनको जुन पछिल्लो ओभरलाई पनि तारिफ गर्नुपर्छ रन दिएन दबाब अतिरिक्त बनायो रन आइरहेको छ न दिपेन्द्र विरुद्ध पनि एकदमै राम्रो बलिङ भइरहेको छ आज दिपेन्द्रलाई रुम दिइ नै रहेको छैन एकदमै टाइट लाइनमा बल फाल्दैछन् हेर्नुहोस् लगातारमा 1 रनलाई 2 रनमा कन्भर्ट गर्दैछन् दिपेन्द्र त्यही राम्रो पक्ष रहेको छ तर एकदमै टाइट अफ स्पिनरलाई पनि हेर्नुहोस् शरीरमै दिएका थिए पुल त गर्न गयो तर त्यो रुम जुन चाहन्छन् दिपेन्द्रलाई दिइ नै राखिएको छैन बलको मुनि पनि आउन दिएको छैन निकै नै राम्रो बलिङ ओमानको कमब्याक
र आर्यन बिष्ट अराउन्ड द विकेट आएका छन् त्यो एंगल जुन क्रिएट गर्ने गर्छन् त्यसले दबावमा राख्न चाहन्छन् र यस ओभरमा नेपालले गुमाएको छ एउटा विकेट आएको छ 4 रन मात्र 43 पछि 179 मा 5 नेपाल हस्नैन शाह एकपल्ट फेरि आएका छन् 7औं ओभर लिएर निकै टाइट राखिरहेको छ ओमानले बलिङ भने फिल्डिङ निकै नै फितलो यसपल्ट जहाँ 1 रन हुनुपर्ने थियो 2 रन खर्चेका छन् सम्भवतः जिप्तेन रामानन्दी रहेका थिए फिल्डर
हेर्नुहोस् फिल्डिङ राम्रो हुन्थ्यो भने आज यो रन नेपालको हुन्थेन फिल्डिङ यो स्तरको पक्कै पनि यो खालको फिल्डिङ लाजमर्दो छ त्यो शब्द प्रयोग गर्दा फरक नपर्ला धेरै पटक एक पटक हैन कि आज फिल्डिङ कयौं पटक क्याच पनि छुटेका छन् महत्त्वपूर्ण अर्जुन कुमारको त क्याच छुट्नु पुग्यो विकेट किपिङ पनि खास रहेको छैन
राम्रो बल र बलरले जति राम्रो बल गरे पनि फिल्डरले यदि साथ दिँदैनन् भने त्यो प्रेसर रिलिज हुने गर्छ कुनै पनि टोलीमा आज त्यही गर्ने प्रयासमा नेपाली ब्याटर त रहेका छन्। जितेन्द्र रामानन्दी खराब फिल्डिङ गरे, किनभने हस्नेन शाहले जसरी पछिल्लो 2-3 ओभर हेर्ने हो भने जसरी बलिङ गरिरहेका छन् विराट, जुन लाइनमा फालिरहेका छन्, लगातार पर्फेक्ट यर्कर एक्जिक्युट, बल अलिकति मुभ भइरहेको छ, रिभर्स स्विङ गर्न सफल भएका छन्। फिल्डरले साथ दिनुपर्छ यस्तो अवस्थामा।
एकदमै बलरको मनोबल तल रहने गर्छ। दर्शकहरू केही बढेका छन्, 2-3 गुना सायद बढेको छ, तर पनि अझ भरिएको छैन स्टेडियम जुन अपेक्षित छ। तर जति राम्रो बलिङ गरेका छन् त्यसको जति तारिफ गरे पनि कम। फिल्डिङ भने आज यही स्ट्यान्डर्ड रहेको छ, निकै नै खराब। बलरको मनोबल कहाँ हुन्छ यो खालको फिल्डिङ गर्नुहुन्छ भने? यति टाइट बल फाल्छन् तर फिल्डिङ, यो स्तरको टिमबाट यो खालको फिल्डिङमा मेहनत नै गर्दैनन् अथवा के हो?
क्याजुअल एफर्ट, एकदमै क्याजुअल एफर्ट भन्न चाहन्छु म विराट हो। किनभने जहाँ 3 रन हुनुपर्ने थियो त्यो ठाउँमा 5 रन भयो। 2वटा मिसफिल्ड अनि 2टा एक्स्ट्रा रन नेपालले बटुलिसकेको छ पहिलो 3 बल। त्यो पनि एउटा यस्तो बलर जो लगातार एग्रेसिभ रूपमा बलिङ गरिरहेका छन्। ओमानले फिल्डिङमा सही गरिरहेको छैन, आज क्याचेसहरू ड्रप भए। अहिले पनि आउटफिल्डमा हेर्छौँ जति बेला रन रोक्नुपर्ने त्यो अवस्था रहेको छ, सहजै त्यो सिंगललाई डबलमा कन्भर्ट गराइरहेका छन्। राम्रो यर्कर लेन्थ थियो, दिशाबाट केही भट्के यसपल्ट फुलरमा लिन पुगे र पहिलो चौका आएको छ आरिफको ब्याटबाट।
हल्का लेग स्टम्पको लाइनमा थियो, निकै राम्रो शट आरिफ शेखको रिस्टको सहायताले घुमाइदियो भने निकै राम्रो शट। हल्का लेग स्टम्प बाहिर, सायद यर्कर प्रहार गर्न चाहन्थे, नयाँ भर्खरै आएका थिए, तर हल्का स्विङ मुभमेन्ट जुन भइरहेको छ त्यसले गर्दाखेरि बल थोरै लेग स्टम्पपट्टि गयो, त्यो एङ्गल थियो हेर्नुहोस्, त्यसले गर्दाखेरि। र राम्रो शट आरिफलाई पक्कै पनि धेरै सहज हुनेछ यो शटले, दबाब मुक्त गर्नेछ। र फिल्डिङको कुरा गर्दै थियो किरण, दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी थोरै सङ्घर्ष गरिरहेका छन् आज ठुलो ठुलो शट खेल्नको लागि। यदि तपाईँले दिपेन्द्रको सिङ्गल रोक्न सक्नुहुन्न भने उनी कति चाँडै 25 रनमा पुगिसकेका छ, त्यसमाथि सिङ्गल डबल धेरै लिएका छन् उनले।
अवश्य उनको ब्याटिङको त्यो खुबी पनि रहेको छ, लाग्दैन धेरै बााउन्ड्रीहरू प्रहार गर्दैनन्, त्यसकारण पनि लागिरहेको हुँदैन कि धेरै रन बनाएका छन्। तर जसरी त्यो सिंगललाई डबलमा कन्भर्ट गर्छन्, क्विक रनिङ बिट्विन द विकेट हुने गर्छ उनको, त्यसकारणले पनि थप दबाव सृजना गर्ने गर्छ अपोनेन्टलाई। त्यो रियलाइजेसनै हुँदैन कि दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी कति चाँडै त्यो 20, 30, 40, 50मा पुगिसक्छन् भनेर।
एकदमै सिङ्गल डबलको इम्पोर्टेन्स कति छ, दिपेन्द्रको ब्याटिङ हेर्नुहोस् कति चाँडै रन बनाउने गर्छन्, किनकि डट बल खेल्न रुचाउने गर्दैनन् उनी। 1-1 रन 2-2 रन लिने राख्ने गर्छन् उनले, त्यसैले उनलाई रोक्न आवश्यक छ राम्रो फिल्डिङले। फुल टस, 1 रन 2 रन पनि हुनेछ त्यहाँ। ओहो, फिल्डिङको स्तर लगातार कुरा गरिरहेका छौँ, निकै खराब। 44 सक्यो, 210 मा 5।
र विराट के थियो यो बल? सहज थियो, हातमा आथ्यो, बाउन्स इभन थियो, त्यसपछि फिल्डर चिप्लिन पुग्छन् र 1 रनको ठाउँमा फेरि पनि तेस्रो पल्ट यस ओभरमा 1लाई 2मा कन्भर्ट गराइदिएका छन् नेपालका लागि। खान आएका छन्, स्टेप आउट गरेर ठुलो शट खेल्ने प्रयास। फिल्डरले क्याचको लागि एटेम्प त गरेका थिए, भाग्यमानी रहे, हात हटाए, त्यो बल गोली जस्तो गएको छ बाउन्ड्री बाहिर 4 रनको लागि दिपेन्द्र सिंह ऐरी। अब इन्टेन्सन क्लियर छ।
व्हाट अ शट, शानदार स्टेप आउट गरे, बलको पिछमा पुग्यो, फुल टस बनाए, त्यसमाथि सिधा खेले उनले। निकै नै राम्रो उच्च स्तरीय ब्याटिङ गर्ने गर्छन्, टाइट राखिरहेका थिए। थोरै बलरले पनि त्यहाँ लेन्थ परिवर्तन गर्न सक्थ्यो, अगाडि लेन्थ लाइनलाई के गर्न सक्थ्यो, तर फुल टस बनाएर खेले त्यो शटलाई अत्यन्तै राम्रो। यति छिटो छ कि उनको खुट्टा, सायद बलरले बल रिलिज गरेपछि उनी अगाडि आएका थिए, बलरले त्यो चेन्ज गर्ने पनि समय पाएनन्। निकै नै राम्रो।
र अर्को राम्रो पक्ष ओभर एग्रेसिभ हुँदैन, विराट हेर्न सक्छ फिल्डिङ आज अवार्ड